In the world of daytime television, where friendly faces greet us every morning, there's a feud so vicious it has left both fans and insiders shocked. The on-screen camaraderie between Eamonn Holmes and Phillip Schofield, two of the UK's most famous TV presenters, was always just a facade. Behind the scenes, a decades-long rivalry simmered beneath their smiles. But what started as professional tension has now escalated into one of the nastiest showbiz fallouts in recent memory. From Schofield's sudden dismissal of Holmes' wife, Ruth Langsford, during a live broadcast to a series of bitter public jabs, the animosity between these two former colleagues has only grown. Today, we delve into the roots of this infamous feud, uncovering the dramatic twists and turns that have defined it. The seeds of tension between Eamonn Holmes and Phillip Schofield were sown long before the public ever caught a glimpse of their animosity. For over 30 years, their careers ran parallel, with Holmes establishing himself as the affable GMTV host and Schofield charming viewers on This Morning. In 2006, when Holmes joined the This Morning family as a Friday co-host alongside his wife, Ruth Langsford, what seemed like a perfect collaboration soon proved otherwise. Over time, whispers of tension between the two men began to circulate through ITV's West London studios, but it wasn't until 2019 that things boiled over for all to see. It was an incident involving Ruth Langsford that sparked the first real crack in the professional veneer. During a segment on This Morning, Langsford, preparing to introduce her segment, was abruptly cut off by Schofield, who dismissed her live on air. His sharp interruption, "Guys, we're going to have to jump in there and stop you," left Ruth visibly annoyed, slamming her pen down in frustration. While viewers noticed the uncomfortable moment, few could have predicted the fallout it would ignite. Holmes, fiercely protective of his wife, reportedly harbored deep resentment towards Schofield after the incident. It didn't help matters when Schofield later published the episode in his 2020 autobiography Life's What You Make It, revealing the behind-the-scenes discord that ITV had tried to keep under wraps. Despite ITV's best efforts to paint the row as insignificant, the tension only worsened. Schofield's coming-out moment in 2020, which was broadcast live on This Morning, appeared to be a unifying moment. Holmes and Langsford were seen on screen embracing Schofield, offering their support as he revealed his personal truth. But behind closed doors, Holmes was reportedly seething. Sources close to him suggest that he felt used, forced into a public display of unity with someone he could no longer stand. It was all for the cameras, insiders claim, suggesting that the bitterness had already become irreparable by that point. The feud exploded into public view in 2023 when Schofield admitted to an affair with a much younger male colleague. This revelation, and the lies surrounding it, enraged Holmes, who had always suspected something was amiss but felt blindsided by the truth. The young man in question had moved from This Morning to Loose Women, where Ruth had worked closely with him. Holmes, seeing how the affair had impacted the young man, felt betrayed by Schofield's actions and his failure to be upfront with colleagues who had shown him support. Holmes' resentment towards Schofield reached its peak when he publicly accused him of creating a toxic atmosphere on set and dismissed him as a dyed-in-the-wool narcissist. In interviews following Schofield's downfall, Holmes did not hold back. On GB News, he openly condemned Schofield's behavior, declaring that he was proud to have thrown him under the bus, a stark admission that their feud had crossed the line from professional rivalry to personal vendetta. Holmes expressed particular disdain for how Schofield treated his former colleague, describing the presenter as a fame-obsessed figure who cultivated an atmosphere of mistrust and dislike at This Morning. For Holmes, the affair was not just about the moral failings of his rival, it was a symbol of everything that had gone wrong with the once-famed presenter. As Holmes shared his views with viewers, Schofield was left reeling. Insiders revealed that the interview had deeply affected Schofield's already fragile mental health, with friends claiming that Holmes' brutal words had pushed him to the edge during a time when he was already battling severe depression and feelings of guilt. The feud, once hidden beneath polite smiles and professional pretenses, had now become one of the most public and personal showdowns in British television history. As Eamonn Holmes and Phillip Schofield stand on opposite sides of one of TV's most bitter divides, it's clear that their relationship may never be repaired. The rivalry, now etched in the annals of British showbiz feuds, highlights just how deep personal grievances can run in an industry built on public personas. For the millions of viewers who once enjoyed their morning banter, the façade has shattered, exposing the reality behind the cameras. While Holmes continues to voice his disdain for his former colleague, Schofield faces the challenge of rebuilding his life after his career came crashing down. In the world of daytime television, few feuds have ever burned so brightly or so fiercely as this one.